Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Continuing our top 15 series, we've got something special lined up for you today. I know so many of you have been asking for a customer reviews analysis for this one. Well, we're finally doing it. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details. Let's begin by examining the insights provided by our first reviewer.
This reviewer comes from a professional networking background with decades of experience, primarily focusing on complex enterprise-level Wi-Fi solutions for businesses. Our reviewer explains that while corporate networks demand extreme security and integration, the challenge at home was entirely different. The goal was to find a system that could please a family member tired of the house looking like a tech lab. The ideal solution needed to be aesthetically pleasing and, most importantly, just work without any fuss. This led our client back to a familiar brand from the early days of home networking, settling on a 3-pack mesh system to ensure complete coverage and take advantage of the newer 6 GHz Wi-Fi band. The entire experience hinged on 3 key expectations: a setup that was completely hassle-free, a design that would blend into the home decor, and powerful, fast connectivity across a large house. This Wi-Fi system successfully delivered on all fronts. The setup process was remarkably simple. Using a mobile app, it took only about 10 minutes to get all 3 nodes positioned and running. Within another 15 minutes, all the family's devices were connected to the new, secure network. Aesthetically, the system was a huge win. Instead of the aggressive, antenna-laden design of many modern routers that can look like robotic spiders, these units have a sleek, cylindrical shape that is discreet and unobtrusive. In terms of performance, the results were excellent. Signal strength was strong everywhere in the home, and speed tests consistently maxed out the reviewer's internet plan. For devices capable of using the 6 GHz frequency, connection speeds were exceptionally fast. After a couple of days of use, the verdict was clear. The Wi-Fi was stable, fast, and completely invisible in its operation, earning it a top rating.
Cool. Let's uncover what our next reviewer has to say.
This reviewer doesn't usually write reviews, but felt compelled to share their experience with this mesh Wi-Fi system. They wanted to provide both a quick summary and a more detailed overview for those interested. Previously, our reviewer had used a single integrated Wi-Fi router and access point. Like many others, they found that this setup didn't provide consistent, strong coverage throughout their entire home. This led them to explore mesh systems, which use multiple units placed strategically to create a more uniform network. Our reviewer found the entire experience with this Wi-Fi setup remarkably easy. From purchasing it to unboxing and powering up the units, everything was straightforward. Downloading the app using a QR code was simple, and the app itself guided them through the setup process with ease, allowing them to create their network name and password without any hiccups. Moving the units around to optimize coverage was also a breeze, as was connecting various devices to the nearest unit. The detailed review expands on these points. Having been a Linksys customer since the early days of Wi-Fi, but also having used other brands over the years, this client wanted to upgrade their home network and did some research before settling on this particular mesh system. They were drawn to its ability to create consistent coverage throughout the house, something lacking in single-unit routers. While considering options from Google and Amazon, they ultimately chose this system based on price and features. Beyond the ease of use, they appreciated the elegant design of the units. The sleek look and white color allowed them to place the units in different rooms without disrupting the decor. The power cords were also long enough to reach nearby outlets. The mobile app's user interface stood out. It was well designed and intuitive, with clear steps to follow. The reviewer was pleasantly surprised that a networking company had invested in creating such a user-friendly app. The entire setup process took about 20 minutes, spread out in small chunks while updates and configurations ran. The app provided helpful estimates of how long each step would take. In summary, our reviewer strongly recommends this Wi-Fi system for anyone seeking excellent and consistent coverage throughout their home. They believe it is a worthwhile purchase that you'll likely be very happy with.
Awesome. Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer has been through the ringer, testing pretty much every type of Wi-Fi mesh setup out there, from the budget-friendly to the, let's say, less budget-friendly options. And honestly, for their specific needs, this particular Wi-Fi mesh system has been the absolute best performer, with the fewest headaches along the way. Our reviewer initially started their quest looking at Wi-Fi 6 mesh routers, trying out several models from different brands. Ultimately, another brand had initially won out for overall Wi-Fi experience because of the added features tied to a Prime account, like better parental controls. The range was also pretty decent, covering both the house and most of the yard, but the deal breaker turned out to be slow connection speeds for the security cameras. This client acknowledges that might be a personal issue, though. So the quest continued with an upgrade to Wi-Fi 6E, and that's where the system really shone. With a gigabit internet connection, they tested multiple brands, but none provided the complete package, coverage, parental controls, and speed. This offering delivered the range needed to cover all the cameras and, importantly, extend out into the yard for seamless streaming and gaming further away from the house. The speed is phenomenal, consistently hitting over 900 Mbps. While other brands achieved similar speeds, this one distinguished itself by providing faster throughput to all devices, not just the Wi-Fi 6 ones. That means smoother and faster access to content on all smart home devices, including smart TVs and cameras. Furthermore, the parental control features were also a selling point, offering the ability to set separate schedules for different device groups. Everything has been running smoothly and quickly so far. This client would highly recommend this setup, especially if you're working with a gigabit connection or better.
That's all for today. If you liked this, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments.